Ford's history with tractors is a rich one, especially with their iconic Fordson, and later the Ford N-Series tractors that were immensely popular. However, their exit from the tractor business wasn't an overnight decision, but rather a gradual shift driven by various factors. Market changes and competition. As time went on, the agricultural marketplace became incredibly competitive. By the 1970s and 1980s, the industry saw increased competition from both domestic and international manufacturers. Companies like John Deere and Massey Ferguson had established themselves as dominant players in the North American market. Competing with these established brands became progressively harder and more costly. Economic pressures. The 1980s wasn't a great decade for many agricultural manufacturers. The industry faced several economical pressures, including a significant recession in the early part of the decade. Farmers were struggling financially, which translated into lower sales of high-ticket items like tractors. For Ford, that meant declining profit margins and a need to reevaluate their position in the market. Strategic focus. As a large, diversified automaker, Ford had to prioritize its core operations. The company decided that focusing on its main automotive business made more sense economically. Diversifying too broadly can expend resources, and given the economic climate and competitive pressures, Ford believed it was better to direct their energy and capital toward the automotive sector, where they were a stronger player. Sell-off. In the early 90s, Ford made the strategic decision to exit the tractor business altogether. They decided to sell their tractor operations to Fiat, creating what became known as New Holland. Thus, Fiat acquired Ford's expertise and product lines, while integrating them into their own agricultural equipment division. Conclusion. Ford's withdrawal from the agricultural market was a confluence of market shifts, economic challenges, and strategic refocusing. While it marked the end of an era, it also allowed Ford to concentrate its efforts on thriving in the automotive domain. For those passionate about tractor history, Ford's contributions remain a significant chapter. And if you're ever curious about seeing some classic Ford tractors, make a trip to a local tractor show or museum. It's like a journey back in time.